Welcome to WebBikeWorld.com. This time we're comparing a couple of open-face helmets of modern design, the Fulmer 755 shown here in black and the HJC IS-33. Now, sharp-eyed WebBikeWorlders will notice something strange right away. The Fulmer 755 is really more of a competitor to the HJC CL33, while the silver HJC IS-33 shown here is really a competitor of the Fulmer 9B, which has an internal sunshade. You did notice that, right? Well, I didn't know it until we were doing the background research for the WebBikeWorld.com comparison. I was in the local motorcycle shop and happened to see these two helmets, and I liked the look of both of them, and I thought they'd make a good review, so I bought them on the spot. I didn't see a CL33, nor did I see a Fulmer 9B, although I didn't really look for them either. As it turns out, these two helmets do indeed make for a very interesting comparison, as you'll learn when you read the full review on WebBikeWorld.com. We don't often review open-face helmets, but your email requests have indicated that the open-face design has been pretty popular this summer because of the unrelenting hot spell gripping most of the USA. I'm not sure an open-face helmet really helps all that much, because there isn't much difference in the upper ventilation, but the absence of a chin bar at least means you'll get a lot of air up front, whether you want it or not. Both of these helmets are a modern take on the old 3/4 length helmet that is now pretty much relegated to retro status. The 3/4 shell wasn't much good back in the 60s, and they're no better today, so my advice is to forget they existed. These two helmets have up-to-date styling that, while perhaps not as radical as some of the European jet-styled open-face helmets, looks great and works well too. The quality on both of these helmets is excellent to outstanding, and we're especially impressed with the Fulmer. We've been critical of Fulmer products in the past, but handling each of the 755 versions in the local shop has convinced us that Fulmer quality has improved quite a bit. The most noticeable visible difference on these helmets is, of course, the huge face shield. They both have surprisingly outstanding optical quality, and one of the big benefits of this type of helmet is the virtually unlimited visibility they provide, which is a real safety factor and a big surprise for dedicated full-face helmet wearers like me. Removing the face shields is a different story. The Fulmer removal process should be easy according to the instructions, but it isn't. You're supposed to use a finger to move this button to release the shield, but we couldn't get it to work and didn't have any tools in the photo studio to try and persuade it. The removal system used on the IS-33 is apparently an older HJC design, but at least it works. Move the lever and pop out the shield, although it sounds like the tabs are going to snap off every time. Our advice? Wear a pair of sunglasses instead. For the top ventilation, the Fulmer has an easy-to-use single button that opens or closes the vent covers. The HJC has independent vents with switches on each, which is a disadvantage in our opinion. The Fulmer 755 has a large rear exhaust vent that is nicely integrated into the rear of the helmet, along with two more exhaust ports along the bottom of the shell. The HJC IS-33 has exhaust vents incorporated into the internal sun visor slider housing, and two more vents located about halfway down the rear of the helmet. Speaking of the sun visor, the IS-33 uses the standard HJC overly complicated spring-loaded system. This one has three positions, 1, 2, and the third lowest position that strangely enough only works when the button is pressed as the slider is moved all the way forward. It would be much simpler, cheaper, and probably better to have a friction system, and it would probably weigh less too. Both helmets have double D-ring chin straps with snaps to secure the extra length. Both liners are removable and comfortable, with the liner in the Fulmer actually feeling a bit better for the very hot weather we've been experiencing. So, which helmet wins the shootout? Well, you'll have to read the full WebBikeWorld.com review to find out, of course. Thanks for watching.